Hello, everybody. This is King Harp. I'm back with you. I want to talk about the parchman story in Mississippi, which I'm from. There's not a lot of coverage on the mainstream media about this. And this is very horrible conditions. I mean, really horrible conditions where you got over 100 different problems with the health in the water system. There's over 300 cells with no power. Guards don't want to work there. It's unsafe for them to work there. It's a total concentration camp. And the governor spoke out about people being in gang activity in the prison system, which we are in a controlled society, in a controlled prison that is they can control whatever they want to. So that's just an excuse. I mean, how can that be any relevance to that when you're putting people in prison? So if you can put people in prison, the governor of Mississippi has no real substantial argument. If you can put people in prison, how can you not control what they do while they're in there? If you can give them more time, if you can let them out, if you can lock them up, how can you not control how they exchange? Not even that. It has nothing to do with the elements that you're supposed to be providing in terms of state legislator, in terms of health, water system, the food system, the crack through the doors, all of these things you're supposed to be providing, and the light system, and guards don't want to work there. That has nothing to do with gang activity. That's inside the business department. That's the failure of the state. That's the failure of maybe a group of people. Of course, we know elite groups own things, and prisons are owned by people. People buying into them, different things, and making money off prisoners, making Walmart clothes, doing everything they can to catapult in business by using prisoners. This is a very sick situation, and it is a test run to see what they can get away with doing to black people, descendants of slaves. This is what this is. And there's not a loud enough outcry, because are we going to be quiet? Let me say, we don't have enough media coverage on this story. It's very alarming. However, let's look at another thing. If you want to know something, let's look at immigration and the border crisis. That's been all over the media. It's been fighting against, even though that they are coming here unwanted, illegally, breaking the law. How they're being exchanged with and treated as a narrative painted that they're being disrespected, their families been separated, all kinds of things for us to have a benevolence with this and to feel sorry for them. But what about our black men down there in Parchman, in Mississippi, that's dying from the health system, from you not providing good health exchanges inside a facility that you're responsible to house people who've committed a crime? Not only that, mass incarceration is a very extreme element that they use, according to lock black people up, which Joe Biden wrote the crime bill, and President Clinton signed it. This is where all this comes from. A lot of people that are in that Parchman and other prisons like that are in there for nonviolent crimes that they were exploited by an opportunist using crack or selling drugs to make money. You dealing with slave descendants, people who don't have any money and don't have any capital, and it's being exploited by all these different elements. And now they're in prison for 20, 30 years, dying at the hands of the state. And there's been lives lost in Parchman in Mississippi due to these elements, people killing themselves. You're supposed to be running a prison system in the United States. A prison system is supposed to be housing people in terms of their crime and making sure they get proper water, they're sealed properly, there's no health hazards. This prison has so many health hazards, guards don't even want to work there. It's really terrible, and it's a concentration camp. And we're not crying out loud about this.